Most event professionals are measuring the wrong thing. We are taught to measure attendance, engagement, and how people felt in the room, but none of these actually prove that an event worked. Because the real question is not what happened at your event, it's what people did because of your event. And if nothing changed, then no matter how good it looked, it didn't drive any business results. For years, I thought I was doing everything right. People showed up, they engaged, they stayed, they said it was a great experience. By every traditional metric, my events were very successful. But when I started asking a different question, what actually changed because of the event, I realized I didn't have that answer. And that's where most event professionals get stuck. We are just stuck in this measuring activity phase instead of measuring impact. And so when I went back and I audited my own events, I started looking at the ones that were considered very successful. And I started asking why. Why were they successful? What made them that way? Not why they felt good, not why people came, why they enjoyed themselves, but what worked. And what I found that the events are not just a collection of moments, they're a sequence of behaviors. And every meaningful business outcome, whether it's revenue, pipeline, loyalty, or growth, is a result of these behaviors. That completely changed how I design events. If you want your event to be taken seriously by marketing, by leadership, by your company, you have to stop measuring what happened in the room. You have to start designing for what happens after the room, because behavior, that's the result. And there are 5 behaviors that every strategic event should be designed to drive, and they build on each other. Number 1 is attention behavior. The first is attention. Do people show up and actually pay attention? This sounds really simple, but in a world where people are constantly distracted, attention is one of the most valuable resources you can earn. This includes actually registering for the event, attending, staying, being mentally present. From a behavioral standpoint, once someone commits their time and attention, they're way more likely to continue engaging. If you don't capture attention, nothing else has the opportunity to work. So number 2 is the engagement behavior. The second is engagement in itself. Attention is passive, engagement is active. This is where people participate. They ask questions, they interact with your content, they explore the environment and connect with others. The more someone engages, the more invested they become. There's also neuroscience behind this. Active participation increases memory encoding, which means people are likely to remember both the experience and your brands. But engagement is not the end goal. It's a step towards something deeper. And that's number 3, emotional response. Emotion is the most undervalued and most powerful behavior in an event. Emotion is what drives decision making. Without it, people may understand your message, but they won't act on it. Emotion also determines memory. People remember how you made them feel, especially at the peak moments and at the end of the event. If your event does not create a clear emotional response, it will not create a lasting impact. Emotion is the bridge between engagement and action. And the 4th is decision behavior. This is where the event becomes measurable. Do people take the next step? That could be booking a meeting, requesting a demo, signing up for something, or making a purchase. This is what marketing cares about, because this is what connects pipeline and revenue. The key here is reducing friction. The easier it is for someone to act in the moment, the more likely they are to do it. You're not just hoping for conversion, you're designing for it from the very beginning. And lastly, number 5 is retention and advocacy behavior. This is where long-term value is created. Do people come back? Do they stay? Do they tell others about your brand? This is driven by trust and emotional connection. When someone chooses to stay, and better yet, bring others with them, it's a signal that the experience created real value. And advocacy multiplies your impact far beyond whatever happened in that room. These behaviors are not isolated. They are progression. Attention creates the opportunity. Engagement builds the investment. Emotion creates the meaning, and decision drives action. Retention and advocacy create the growth. Most events are designed for attention and engagement, but very few are designed for emotion, decision, and long-term impact. If you want your event to drive real business results, you have to stop thinking like a planner and start thinking like a strategist. You're not designing an event, you are designing for a behavior outcome. And when the behavior is designed intentionally, outcomes are no longer left to chance. If any of this resonates with you, I put together a guide on why great events fail to prove ROI and how to fix it. And you can download it below.